Ready to relive the 60s through the unforgettable hits of artists who gave us just a glimpse of their potential? These catchy songs stormed the charts and left us wanting more. So let's dive into the biggest one-hit wonders of that iconic decade and uncover the intriguing stories behind their fleeting success. Make sure you watch the video until the end, because you don't want to miss the last song.
I am the god of hellfire, and I bring you...
Let's kick it off with the crazy world of Arthur Brown and their blazing hit Fire from 1968. This psychedelic rock anthem topped the charts, reaching number 2 in the US and number 1 in the UK. The mind-blowing lyrics and wild stage antics of Arthur Brown were unlike anything the world had seen before. He actually once wore a flaming helmet on stage during a performance. That's right, he set his head on fire. Such eccentricity does come with a flip side, and this probably led to their downfall. Internal conflicts within the band also played a part, and they couldn't maintain their explosive start. This left fans wondering what could have been if only Brown could have tamed his impulses.
Gonna die and the limits are rest. Gonna go to the place that's the best.
Our next one-hit wonder is Norman Greenbaum's Spirit in the Sky from 1969. This iconic track hit number 3 in the US and number 1 in the UK. The spiritual lyrics and catchy guitar riff turned it into an anthem. Now, who would have thought a Jewish guy could write one of the most famous Christian rock songs ever? We wish that he'd replicated his successes. Now, what more could have come from him? Unfortunately, he was reluctant to tour extensively and failed to capitalize on his hit. Despite him not delivering again, the song has lived on and has been featured in countless movies and commercials.
In the year 35.
Our next song from the past is actually about the future. Zager and Evans' 1969 futuristic hit in the year 2525. With its haunting lyrics and eerie melody, the song was a massive hit, rocketing to number 1 in both the US and the UK. The dystopian vision of the future captivated the audience. It's hard to predict what the future holds in the next 10 years, and Zager and Evans imagine the future in 10,000 years in a 3-minute song. Perhaps they were way ahead of their time, or maybe the duo set the bar too high, as they never cracked the charts again after this song. We're all left to wonder, what if?
Drop your silver in my tambourine.
Next on our list is the Lemon Pipers and their 1967 psychedelic pop hit, Green Tambourine. This song became an anthem of the Flower Power era and reached number 1 on the US charts. Despite the success, they couldn't replicate the magic. The Lemon Pipers wanted to be taken seriously as a psychedelic rock band, but they also didn't want to let go of their bubblegum pop style. Talk about an identity crisis. Probably this crisis is what led to their downfall. If only they could have stuck to one style, they wouldn't be on this list today. Our next one-hit wonder is the Jaggerz and their 1969 hit, The Rapper. Now, don't be fooled by the title. This song wasn't about hip-hop at all. It was about a smooth-talking guy who knew how to charm the ladies. Now, just like the lyrics, the funky tune also knew how to charm its listeners. Unfortunately, this charm would only work once, probably because of internal band issues and changes in musical trends. They couldn't hit the same high notes with their audiences again and remained a one-hit wonder.
Turn of the century in the clear blue skies over Germany.
Let's take a whimsical turn with the Royal Guardsmen and their 1966 hit, Snoopy vs. the Red Baron. Who knew a comic strip character could inspire a top-charting hit? Snoopy vs. the Red Baron was a quirky tale of the beloved beagle Snoopy battling the infamous Red Baron. It captured the hearts of the audience and soared to number 2 on the US charts. They were an instant but one-time hit. The novelty wore off and their subsequent releases just didn't quite take off. If they could have delivered on their promise, what more comic-inspired hits would we have gotten? It's a fascinating what if in the world of music history. Next in line is a psychedelic classic, the Electric Prunes and their 1966 hit, I Had Too Much to Dream Last Night. With its dreamy and distorted sound, the song struck a chord with the audience and reached number 1 in the US charts. The Electric Prunes had a unique sound and style. Like their song, they also had too much to dream but could only realize one. Issues with creative control and constant lineup changes led to their eventual downfall. If there was ever a song with simple lyrics that could get stuck in your head for days, it's gotta be the 1967 hit Little Bit of Soul by the Music Explosion. With simple lyrics and a catchy tune, the song became an instant feel-good anthem and skyrocketed to number 2 on the US charts. With their infectious sound and energetic performances, the Music Explosion seemed poised for greatness. But they couldn't keep up with the momentum and failed. Internal conflicts also had a role to play. Now it's amazing how many of these bands fail because of internal conflicts. If only the artists put the greater good above their personal issues and egos. Fun fact, Little Bit of Soul was actually a cover of a British song. The Music Explosion's version gave it the punch and spirit that made it a hit.
All the woman I need, and baby you know it.
Next on our list is the American Breed's Bend Me, Shape Me with its catchy tune. Bend Me, Shape Me made everybody want to dance and twisted and turned its way to number 5 on the US charts. This was before the 80s and 90s era of aerobics-oriented and fitness music. This was 1967, and nobody had even imagined that a song about flexibility could be so catchy. With their unique pop culture sound, the American Breed promised a bright future, but they just couldn't produce another hit. The band transitioned and eventually evolved into the funk band Rufus, featuring the legendary Chaka Khan. But Bend Me, Shape Me still remains a classic to this day. Next up is the 1966 garage rock classic, Time Won't Let Me by the Outsiders. It became an anthem for the rebellious youth of the 60s and raced to number 5 on the US charts. This song could literally make you dance. Its catchy melody and powerful horns beautifully captured the urgency and energy of the times. Like most on this list, the Outsiders were destined for success, but could never crack the top 40 again in their careers. Management issues and internal strife can be blamed, but all we can say is that they too had the curse of the one-time wonder.
I feel depressed, I feel so bad.
Next on our list is another garage rock anthem, the Count Five's 1966 hit, Psychotic Reaction. With its wild tempo changes and fuzzed-out guitar, it shot up to number 5 on the US charts. The angst and energy of the mid-60s were perfectly captured in Psychotic Reaction, and it gave an explosive start to the Count Five. But they could never capitalize on their game. Their fall was as sudden as their rise to fame. Fun fact, the band members were still in high school when they recorded this hit. Despite their age, they couldn't deliver on their promise.
He's standing in your light. He's trying to block your sight.
Next up is the Balloon Farm and their 1967 hit, A Question of Temperature. Even though this psychedelic rock gem peaked at number 37 on the US charts, it was a cult favorite among 60s rock enthusiasts. Can you believe that the Balloon Farm turned its A Question of Temperature into a catchy hook? They had a unique sound, but it wasn't enough. They never could again raise the temperature to the desired levels. Unlike their song, their mercury levels just couldn't rise again. Fun fact, the band's name was inspired by a New York City nightclub known for its wild, eclectic atmosphere.
I don't remember what day it was.
Next up is a nostalgic gem and a wedding favorite, the Spiral Staircase's 1969 hit, More Today Than Yesterday. With its upbeat tune and infectious melody, it climbed to number 12 on the US charts. The song captured the timeless feeling of love growing stronger each day, and it is as relevant today as it was in 1969. But the same can't be said about the Spiral Staircase. They had a very unique name, and like that, their success was also unique and one time only. We wish they could have gifted the world with more gems like More Today Than Yesterday, but it just wasn't meant to be.
Hey, little girl, you don't have to hide nothing no more.
Our next song makes us feel like we're right in the middle of a 60s rock revolution. It's the 1966 hit, Little Girl by the Syndicate of Sound. This garage classic climbed to number 8 on the US charts. It was an instant favorite due to its catchy riff. But the Syndicate of Sound just could never replicate the raw energy and rebellious spirit in any of their other songs. Little Girl was recorded in just a few hours on a shoestring budget. Maybe both the success and the band's failure were destined. If it isn't meant to be, it isn't meant to be.
There'll be no strings to bind your hands.
Our next one-hit wonder is the Merrilee, Rush, and the Turnabouts with their 1968 hit, Angel of the Morning. Its emotional depth struck a chord with listeners and it soared to number 7 on the US charts. Merrilee Rush's powerful voice brought a tender touch to the rock scene, but the band struggled to follow up with another hit. Angel of the Morning has been covered by many artists, but Merrilee Rush's version remains iconic. Just listen to it once and it's gonna leave you craving more. It's tantalizing that this timeless classic is all the band could ever deliver.
Lies, you're telling me that you'll be true.
Our next song is often mistaken for a Beatles song, the 1965 hit Lies from the Knickerbockers. This shot up to number 20 on the US charts. With its infectious energy and catchy beat, it perfectly captured the British invasion sound. The Knickerbockers had the talent and the style, but unfortunately, they couldn't sustain their initial success. Despite the promise shown with Lies, they struggled to produce another hit and faded into obscurity. Let's revisit the classic rebellious anthem, I Fought the Law by the Bobby Fuller Four. Released in 1966, the song quickly became a symbol of defiance and reached number 9 on the US charts. With its driving beat and catchy chorus, I Fought the Law resonated with the youth of the 60s. However, the tragic and mysterious death of Bobby Fuller at the age of 23 cast a shadow over the band's future. Despite their highly promising start, they couldn't replicate their success. I Fought the Law remains an iconic song, but it's a reminder of a talent lost far too soon. From fiery performances to tender ballads, these 1960s one-hit wonders left their mark on music history. So which of these do you wish was able to deliver more? Make sure you let me know in the comments section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.